Along. It's just me tonight, I'm afraid. I'm just collecting up some wang janglers as we look to finish off the Luigi that we started building on Monday night stream. Anna's started some new medication today. In fact, she's had a rough couple of days. Anna has had 36 injections yesterday into her spine for an epidural, and today she started some new medication. It has completely wiped her out. She is currently asleep, so she's not going to be joining us, but it does mean for quite a big set I can take up a large amount of the table. This is where we got to on Monday night stream with the new Luigi from Mario Kart. It is much bigger than the Mario version was, and we are going to get this finished tonight. So we need to finish making the kart, make Luigi, and then congratulate ourselves on a job well done. So welcome along. Let me know down in the chat what you're going to be building along with me, and let's do some legging, shall we? And we are live, exactly. She's not sick, she's just tired. I'm sure she'll tell you all about it when she's back on Monday. She should be back on Monday. It's just been a heavy couple of days. Basically, trying to get to the point where she can handle the America trip. So she's got the epidural for hopefully sorting out her back. But it makes it worse before it makes it better. It takes like 10 days for it to kick in. She's hoping to have a knee injection as well, I think it's a steroid injection in the knee to try and help her knee, which isn't scheduled yet. But we're going to try and get that sorted as well before we go. So she's covered in holes, and like I say, has started a new medication as well, which she started at lunchtime. And she had every intention of being on the stream, and then came to me at like 4 o'clock and said, I'm so tired, I don't feel very well. I was like, yeah, you could have the night off, you don't have to be on, you go and have a little sleepy sleep. And I've just been downstairs to let her know I was about to go live, and she is fast asleep on the sofa. So yeah, I don't think she'll be joining us in the chat. Starting Brick Cross Station, lovely stuff. We do like a bit of Brick Cross Station. I'm finishing building my 101 Dalmatians along with you. Started out Monday with you, finished it with you. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That's jolly good. Right, that looks like it's the wrong way around. I'm going to trust the instructions on this occasion, but it does seem like it's the wrong way around. The other news is I have started doing the Malfoy Manor that I've been threatening to do for ages. I've sorted all the pieces, so I'm hoping to get a modularized Malfoy Manor built this weekend, which should be fun. We'll hopefully be able to get that into the Lego City. I've got Ninjago City docks is ready to go into the city as well, so I'm going to be at the city on Sunday, and hopefully going to get the Ninjago section set up. And if I have there's two schools of thought, a really productive day or a really unproductive day tomorrow. If I build a 3,000 piece Lego set tomorrow, then I'll be adding that to the city on Sunday as well, but that might have to wait a week because I suspect it won't get done. We'll see. I'm finishing the retro radio tonight. Lovely, lovely. Can't wait to see Malfoy Manor done. No, I'm interested. It's been one that's been on the plans for a while, and because I hadn't been going to the city because of my back, I just never really got around to doing it because there was nowhere to put it. There was nowhere to do it. This room was so full. But now we've managed to get a bunch of stuff over into the city. We've got a little bit of space to start working on some of the rebrickables again. So I've started that. I'm going to do the Oscorp one soon as well. All the pieces are here for that. Most of the pieces have now arrived for the next Sit Complex expansion, which I'm not sure I'm going to do that before we go away. But we've got all but one package to have all the pieces we need to add another like 3 or 4 stories to the Sit Complex, which will make it, I think, probably the tallest building in the city, which is also going to be very, very cool. Is Malfoy Manor just 2 sets or extra pieces? It's basically just 2 sets. I think there's 8 extra pieces, one of which is the base plate. It's a brick artisan design, but there's going to be some extra pieces that I add in as well, because that doesn't have like pavement and curb and stuff like that. So I'm gonna add in the extra bits that I need to actually make it fit the layout of the city as well. So I imagine by the time all is said and done, by the time it's mills plated and got all the pavement and whatnot in, it's probably going to be maybe a couple of hundred extra pieces. Quick question: does skipping the adverts affect the revenue, your revenue stream? Yeah, but I mean, it's not massively. If it's the difference between you watching or not watching, skip away. But the ideal would be watch the adverts. But I know full well that YouTube sometimes shows absurdly long adverts, and you should absolutely skip them. we shouldn't be tolerating. There was one on a Football Manager video that I did a little while ago. I don't know if it was just a one-off, but someone said I got a 53-minute advert. I usually watch them, but I did skip that one because that felt a little long. It's like, yeah, for goodness sake, don't be watching 53-minute long adverts ever on anything. That's insane. How does this attach? This has got to kind of go in diagonally. Oh, okay, it just pops in there. Oh, it is very clever the way they're doing all of the angles on this. Lego, bless their cotton socks, are getting very good at hiding studs. We saw it with the Tintin set. I'm fascinated at how that was put together because looking at it in the Lego store, there's so few studs on display. And I've not seen a build, but I've spoken to people who've said it's a really cool build. So as much as I'm not a Tintin guy, I'm tempted by that. But this, again, it's hiding so many studs, but having so many interesting angles. I remember when I built Lion Knight's Castle and Tudor Corner, being so fascinated about how clever the build techniques were. And that kind of cool build technique just seems to be becoming so much more common in Lego now. This is full of them. So many angles and clever bits that shouldn't be happening. It's too clever. They've got geniuses working for them currently. Will Lego gamify Pokemon by making a CMF Pokemon series with some seriously hard to find figs? I really hope not, because Pokemon collectors are maniacs and that is the last thing we need. I don't think any Lego fan wants a CMF series where they can't find the CMFs. I think what most of us want with a CMF series is to be able to get them all without it being too much hassle. And having Pokemon with different levels of rarity would be the opposite of that. That would be a nightmare. I had a 10-minute ad the other day and I was in the shower, so I couldn't even skip it. Oh dear. I paid for YouTube Premium. Yeah, I paid for YouTube Premium as well. From the day YouTube Premium came out, I've had YouTube Premium. I think it's great. What's your thoughts on AliExpress kits? It depends which ones you mean. The ones that are just rip-offs of Lego sets, I am against. I don't agree with like ripping off anything. It's stealing. It's intellectual property theft. I'm not in favour of that at all and wouldn't buy them. Quite apart from anything else, even if I didn't have the moral stand. One of the things that helps me sleep at night knowing how much money I spend on Lego is knowing that it actually maintains some value as well. And I think it's quite short-sighted. Yeah, you get the AliExpress sets for maybe a quarter of the price of the Lego sets, but they're also utterly worthless once they arrive. So in the long run, you're not really saving anything anyway, because the official Lego sets, as long as you look after them, will end up increasing in value. The AliExpress ones won't. So yeah, the ones that are just knockoff Lego, very much against. The ones that are like, you get somewhere they've worked with like rebreakable designers, Mach designers to make their creations a reality. Or obviously you have the alternate brick brands. I love all that. More of that kind of thing. Just don't steal other people's or other companies' intellectual property. I don't like knockoffs of anything. Oh, my ice is too small. Oh, The ice was tiny there. I just got a mouthful of tiny bits of ice. Imagine sticking a 40-minute ad in the middle of Coronation Street. Granny would go ballistic. Oh yeah, definitely. If it's original kits like nothing Lego, it sells, I think it's fine. If it's IP infringement, we can't condone it on here. Not even can't condone it on here. I genuinely don't like it and wouldn't buy it. I just consider it a waste of money. Yeah, it's short-term, a theoretical short-term benefit with a considerable long-term cost. You're getting an inferior product that has no residual value. It's just really short-term thinking. What holy am I drinking today? I've got the lemon one today. Although the ice, we didn't have much ice, so I've got the remnants of the ice, which is, as we just saw, problematic. Am I using the right piece here? But yeah, lemon today. I do like the lemon one. Very refreshing. I mean, I obviously like all of the ones that I drink. Had any more thoughts on the gift with purchase complex? I'm living through you at the moment, so I hope you do it. I mean, I like the look of it, but I don't have most of the gifts with purchase that are in it. So I'm not going to go out and buy a load of gifts with purchase just to do it. Hopefully, similar to the sit complex, it will keep expanding over time. I know he added the Books Are My Passion one as the most recent one. And again, that's such a valuable set. I don't think I'll necessarily want to use it as basically a parts pack for a Mach. So I'm not going to do that, but I can't remember the other sets that are in it. I think I looked at it and there's only one of the gifts for purchase that's in it that I actually own. So I like the idea of doing it, and I think it will sit really nicely next to the sit complex. But I need there to be some more choices of gifts of purchase in it that I've actually got. After Japan and Mexico, what restaurant gifts for purchase would you really like to see next? England or Britain, or whatever results in me just getting a chip shop. I would love a fish and chip shop. That would be amazing. I suspect it won't happen, but I think it would be very cool if we just got a fish and chip shop. Like a proper chippy. Not an Americanized one. A proper chippy. I think that would be cool. Like a seaside chippy would be even better. A proper seaside chippy would be really cool. Starting the jazz club tonight. Keep smashing the great content, pal. Thank you very much. I do go to conventions. I could pick up the gift of purchase. I worry that the ones in there are the expensive ones though, aren't they? Isn't it like the... Like I say, the Books Are My Passion, was the Stranger Things one in there? The Eiffel Tower one? They are some of the more expensive ones, I think. They need to do it with some of the cheap ones. Let me sacrifice a pack of ducks. I've got so many ducks. I tell you what they do need to do. If he adds... Where is it? All those bleeping castles I got at Christmas. I've got like 8 of those. Stick a couple of floors of castles in there in different shapes and sizes. I'll be all over it. How's Andy? He was fine last time we saw him. I'm sure he's still fine. I'm skipping today's gift for purchase. I'm disappointed it didn't come with taco pieces. We've ordered it. I'm weak. I say we've ordered it. We've placed an order to qualify for it. I've ordered the One Piece ship, the one from the current range, not the new one, because I've started watching One Piece. I suspect I'm going to like it. I really liked the look of the new wave that was announced yesterday. So, on the expectation that I'm likely to get into One Piece, I've got the ship. And if you watch the last Lego City update, you might have heard me mention we could put the Temple Bounty there in the sea area that's going to be behind the Ninjago area. It's not going to be the Temple Bounty. It's going to be the Going Merry that's there. And we're just going to mash up some themes. I think it would be cool. So I've bought that to go in the city. And then a couple of other little city vehicles that have been on my list for a while, just to get me up to the threshold, which was high, by the way. £160 threshold seems very high, but Anna loves the restaurants of the world, so we had to get it anyway. It was either place an order or buy it separately, so I just placed an order. I got like the recycling truck and a tractor, I think, along with the Going Merry. Who is it that says the GWP? It's Brick Artisan, the same guy who did the Sit Complex has done the gift with purchase complex, and it's designed to like sit right next to it. It's the same style. It's like an expansion of the Sit Complex, but rather than up, it can go next door. So I think the Sit Complex is a base plate and a half wide. The GWP complex is half a base plate and goes next to it. It's a very cool idea, and hopefully he adds loads and loads of gifts of purchase over time, and it gets to the point where it just gives us something to do with all these gifts of purchase that we get and pile up and don't really do anything with. I know he did a similar thing with a load of the Friend sets last year, and he did loads. He did a load of expansions for the Italian Riviera as well. So when he gets into a project like this, he does tend to throw loads of options at it. So I suspect we are going to get lots and lots of additions to it, and I will end up doing it. But like I say, it's just not quite right for me yet, because I don't really have any of the sets. The new rocking plants, are we still calling them Kevin and Anna plant? Probably. They do still look a bit like us. What upcoming builds do I have inbound? I'm about to start the modular version of Malfoy Manor. The pieces are all sorted over there, ready to build this weekend. And then I guess once that's done, the logical next one is Gringotts, and finish or take a step towards finishing the Harry Potter area in the city. If I can get the Harry Potter and the Ninjago areas both done before we go away, I think that would be cool. That's the idea. Speaking of the Sit Complex, how excited are you to add more floors to it? Very excited. I've been getting bricklink orders all week. I've had the Seinfeld set arrive. I've got Bro Thor's apartment on the way. Getting that Big Bang Theory has re-sparked the Sit Complex fire. So we will have effectively a finished Sit Complex, because it's realistically going to be as tall as it can get without collapsing under its own weight once I've got the floors on that I'm adding. So I'm adding Big Bang Theory, Queer Eye, BTS Dynamite, Seinfeld, and Thor. So 5 more floors. Although the Thor one is just a roof. But in addition to the 3 we've got, it's going to be 8 stories high. So it's already, skyscrapers aside, one of the tallest buildings in the city. It's going to be more than twice the height it is currently. It is going to be a big, big bit of kit. It's going to be dominant on the skyline of the city. FM26 for $29.99 on Steam at the moment. Would you say it's worth it despite its setbacks? Yeah, I play it every day. Not just because it's my job. I would play it anyway. Yeah, I think it's great. It's not as good as FM24, but 27 won't be out until November. So you're still getting a good 6 months by buying it now. If you enjoy Football Manager, you'll probably enjoy it. What I would say is there is a demo. So if you're not quite sure if you'll enjoy the new version or not, maybe download the free demo, give that a try. If you enjoy yourself, buy the game. Gringotts is my favourite build ever, better than Rivendell and Lion Knight Castle for me. Wow. Thing is, I'm probably only going to build half of it. I don't know if I'm going to bother with the underground bit. I mean, I might build it just to be able to say, there you go, it's done. But obviously that bit's not going in the city. And then I need to put a back on it as well. So it's going to be quite heavily modified when it actually goes into the city. But I am looking forward to it. All right, what have I done wrong here? Ah, missed a piece. Missed a piece. Best wishes to Anna. I hope she feels better soon. Thank you very much. I'm sure she'll be fine. She's just sleeping off the new medication. It's hit her like a ton of bricks. Once she's used to it, I'm sure she'll be fine. This is often the way. Anyone who has chronic pain and regular medication changes knows how much of a wallop, learner plates, knows how much of a wallop new medication can be at times. So it's just having the new meds wallop. Have I done something wrong here? Yep, forgot to add a piece. What a silly, handsome man I am. Maybe you can modify the bottom of Gringotts into a ride to fit it in the theme park section. Maybe. I probably won't. I'll probably just use it for parts for something else, I guess. When I bought it, it was very much bought with the intention of just having it as a modular building in the city. Am I going to the Black Country Brick Show next Saturday? Probably. I've got a ticket. It really depends on if I've got everything ready for when we go away, because I am in full-on prepping stuff for while we're away mode at the moment. And I've never had to do it to this level before. We've never before had... I mean, we're going away for like 2.5 weeks in total. Once we factor in the travel either side of it as well. So we've never been away that long. And we've never even done 2 weeks when I've been doing daily content on 2 different channels. And I know I'm going to be recording a lot of block party content while I'm out there. But I still need to have... Like, I'm recording backup videos just in case. I don't want to be out there thinking, right, we've got no video for tomorrow because they didn't let me film in Walmart or whatever it might be. So, although we're pretty much, if everything goes to plan, we'll only need to release like 3 pre-recorded videos while we're away, because everything else we can record while we're there. But I'm planning on recording 7 or 8 in total, just so that I've got 4 or 5 backups to use. I'd rather have too many videos and not release them all than not have videos at all, because my little obsessive autistic brain can't cope with the idea of having a day where he doesn't release a video. Even though in the grand scheme of things it wouldn't really matter. It would matter to me, and I would get stressed and grumpy, and I don't need to be stressed and grumpy while I'm supposed to be enjoying myself. So I'm better off putting the work in now, knowing that it will be better later. So yeah, to answer the question, it depends how far along that process I am, because I've got to do that for both channels. I've got to do that for this channel and the Football Manager channel. And I don't need to have finished it before Black Country Brick Show, but I have a schedule. I need to be on schedule, knowing that I'm probably going to get it finished in time. Otherwise, I'll have to stay at home that day, cranking out videos. Just wondering what the boxes are on your left. Yellow, red, blue, purple ones. Yellow, red, blue. Oh, these are little sets that I'm probably going to do a video on at some point. They're still sealed, but they're little. I think they're from Hong Kong, and they're little theme park rides that were exclusive, I think, in Hong Kong. They're a weird little thing that I've never seen anywhere else. That's a little Ferris wheel build. But I'm toying with making a video about them or leaving them sealed, or yeah, they're just cool little sets that I've never seen before, that I quite like. So you might see them in a video soon. Yeah, without me there blocking the way, you'll see a few works in progress, future videos, bits and bobs behind us. Where are we? Bag 14, here we go. Right, we have a Mills plate there for Malfoy Manor. Will I be attending Brick Festival in Doncaster tomorrow? Oh, they're pretty. Printed little hubcaps. No, Doncaster's too far. I only really travel about an hour from my house, unless it's a big event. Like Black Country Brick Show will be a little bit more than an hour, but it's quite a big, cool event. And it's an event I was supposed to go to last year, and then the day before is when I threw my back out. So I couldn't go. And they gave me a free ticket and everything last year, and were quite excited about having me coming along and making a video. And then I was like, on the morning, sorry guys, I've hurt my back. I can't come. So I felt bad. So as soon as tickets went on sale, I immediately got involved and bought my own ticket this year to make up for last year. Worth remembering, Amazon Marketplace is different than buying it from Amazon themselves. I feel like I'm joining halfway into a conversation here. Can't wait to see the manor when you build it. Yeah, there should be a video out soon. I think I'm pretty settled at this point on the build videos being shorts and TikToks. They don't tend to get views as full YouTube videos. But yeah, it'll probably be a TikTok / reel / short. Because they do perform quite well in that format. All right, what are we doing here? Wheels. We're putting the wheels on, which means we're probably going to be starting Luigi soon. You're my best Lego building YouTuber ever. Thank you very much. Have I done this right? Yes, I have. Just finished my toothless set, but a piece was missing and replaced by one I didn't need. Have you had much experience with missing pieces and sets? It happens every now and again. It's just one of those things. Lego are pretty good. It doesn't happen very often. And when it does happen, Lego will always replace the pieces. They are good like that. I don't know what this is showing me here. I think I've lined this up right. I mean, maybe I haven't. Maybe I have not. Let's try that again. I don't see how this can possibly matter, but we'll try and do it exactly the same. Does that set look the same size as the Mario one? It's definitely bigger. Definitely bigger. But I think in the game it's bigger as well. I think Luigi is the same size as Mario, but I think this car is bigger than that car. So there is logic behind it being bigger. It's not just Lego deciding not to bother with doing it the same scale. Do you want to build Peely Bone for me? It's been sitting unopened for months. I just can't be bothered. Anna loved that. You should build it. It's a great set. Yeah, Anna had a lot of fun building that. I purposely made sure I didn't get the sushi restaurant gift of purchase as I knew I got the first one in the range. I'd have to get them all. Yeah. Unfortunately, Anna was already hooked in from the Houses of the World. I think they've done Houses of the World and Shops of the World previously. So this is the third year of them doing the of the world micro builds. So yeah, we've had houses, shops, and now it's restaurants. So yeah, there was no avoiding it. She loves them. She loves the micro build stuff. Yoink. And yoink. Da 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 da. Yes, it's bigger in the game. There you go. See? So there is logic to it. It's not just madness. Yeah, Luigi is taller. Younger brothers are always taller. My younger brother's a little bit taller than me. It is the way of things. Those wheels look cool. I like them a lot. I'm a stream behind building Monsters Inc. brickheads. Gringotts still waiting, so might build alongside when you do yours. Right, more wheels. How many wheels do they need? Am I going to collect the whole of one piece? No. I'm not going to get the kids' ones. I'll get the 80. I'll get some of the 80. I'll see how this first one is. I'm not going to get all the little play sets. But I'll get the Barity, because I've wanted that for a while anyway, because I think it looks cool. I've got the Going Merry on the way. I've got to get the that weird looking character in the hat that's coming out. Tony something or other. I've watched one episode. But he looks cool. He's the main reason I want to watch it. Not in my house. My big brother's 6'5". I'm 6'2". Interesting. Very interesting. Seems like the ages are incorrect there. We've got wheels on. I'm planning out in Gringotts soon. I'm just a little short, but I'm going to get it. Anna's a little short. Oh, I'm a funny guy. Can you shout out Amy Jones, please? You're her favourite Lego YouTuber. Amy Jones, hello. I'm glad you enjoy the content. I asked at our local Costco if they'd be getting the Luigi Kart in, and they said no, as they still haven't managed to shift the Mario ones from last year. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. They were in there. I've never known a set be in Costco for as long as those Mario Kart sets were. They were, I can only assume they massively over-ordered them. Because it was obviously a popular enough set for Lego to make a follow-up. And it was a really cool set. So, yeah, I think they just must have over-ordered it massively. Some advice, please. I found a retired set I want to get for a Bricklink seller. Is there bioprotection there, or is it a risky move? I assume there's bioprotection. I think there is. I mean, there's always a risk with buying stuff online, but generally Bricklink is pretty good. Similar to eBay, the sellers on there will have their ratings. Maybe check their previous ratings and reviews. If they've got a load of positive feedback, then you're probably good. I mean, I buy off Bricklink. I don't buy sets, but I buy pieces all the time. I've had like 8 Bricklink orders this week for pieces for various bits and bobs that I'm working on. So I'm certainly not afraid of using Bricklink. I'm not sure I'd spend hundreds of pounds on a set there though. I guess that's the thing. But then for me, I tend not to buy sets that way anyway, because me going and finding sets in the wild is a content opportunity. There's not much content in, look at this set I bought on the internet, whereas I can get an entire video out of wandering around a shop or a Lego convention. So it is a little bit different for me. What app do you use to edit your videos? Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, which is probably overkill, but it's the software that I learned when I was at uni years ago, and I've never learned any other. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the best starting point because it's expensive. There are probably cheaper alternatives, but I've just never felt the need to go looking for them. Do you ever go to Kart boot sales? No, I don't have the time. I mean, I'm not, again, not against him. Just, it's a time versus reward kind of thing. I'd feel uncomfortable filming at a boot sale as well, because it's a little bit different. I think shops, to a point, are fair game. And most of the time, shops are well up for it anyway. But I think people just selling their junk out the back of their car on a Sunday morning probably don't want to be on a YouTube video that's going to be seen by tens of thousands of people. And again, it always comes back to, is there any point in me buying a Lego set if no one sees me do it? Where's that piece? There it is. I made the plunge on the aquarium yesterday. I had some birthday money on points, so I went for it. So no idea. I see, it is a set I really want. Having seen it built a few times now, I do really want it. I'm never going to be able to justify that price for it. So I really hope it goes in a sale at some point, because I really want it. I think it's great. It's just a bit too much. There's a 14-day return policy on Bricklink, and if you pay via PayPal, you can use their buyer protection. There you go. There you go. I think we're making the stand. Any more insight on Bricktastic 27 and its quiet hour shopping fix? I mean, I know what they're doing, but it's not really my place to announce it. I had quite a long chat with the guy who organises it at the Brickish weekend. He was there, and we had quite a long chat about it, and he basically told me what they were doing. But yeah, it's for them to announce, not me. I think what they're doing seems like a good idea. I am in favour of it, but yeah, not for me to say. Will Anna be okay for Florida with all them injections? I mean, that's why she's having them, in the hopes of getting her as okay as possible. I mean, chronic pain is chronic pain. She's going to be hurting regardless, but the hope is if we can peak all of her potential pain relief options at the same time, because that's the thing with most of the pain relief options aren't long-term permanent solutions. They're things that you can use for a period of time and then stop. But we're hoping, and it's complete trial and error, but based on semi-successful attempts at doing it in the past, we're hoping to reach minimum pain levels as we're driving down to the airport and have it last at least a couple of weeks. We won't know if we've done it right until the time comes. But that's the goal. Try and minimise the pain as much as possible so you can enjoy the trip. The thing to watch with Bricklink in the UK is the import fees of the sellers overseas because of recent politics. So some blood pressure medications can make you feel awful. I mean, I'm on a lot of blood pressure medications. To be fair, I'm actually not on as many as I used to be, for a start. I've come off one of them as I've lost some weight. And there have been a couple that had some pretty meaty side effects over the years. I never had any that made me feel particularly rough, but I had some that caused all sorts of other problems. But that's one thing Anna doesn't need to worry about. Her blood pressure is always stupidly low. It's annoying. As someone with high blood pressure, really annoying how it's something she doesn't have to worry about at all, because it's always really good. that supposed to be? Where do you go? Your butt? You must go there. It hasn't told me to put it on, but it must go there. I also think this is supposed to be on the back here. It only looked like 3 had been put on, but we'll put all 4 on. And then I think this is the same in all directions. So we can just, where does this go in? At the back there, or there, I think. Oh, wee! Did I wildcard an FPL this game week? No? Are people wildcarding? I've already done my wildcard. The only chip I've got left is triple captain. I've used everything else. I could see you being a good food YouTuber. Would definitely outdo I don't know who or what Gary Eats is, but being a food YouTuber is a bad idea for someone who's still trying to lose weight. Right, that's the cart done. And now we've got 6 or 7 bags of Luigi by the looks of it. Let's put the cart over here so people can see it. Oh, it's big. It is a large specimen. You needed the wild card for this week. Why did I need a wild card for this week? My team was fine. I didn't need a wild card. I've got transfers to use. I haven't used them. I'm pretty happy. You versus beard meets food would be a weird mashup. Thing is, it would also be really boring because I can't eat massive portions of food. I'm old now. Like, I struggle with a 3-course meal. Never mind. Never mind. Plus, as someone who's had his gallbladder removed, I can't really massively overeat because my pancreas will explode. So, yeah, it's definitely... That's one thing I can tell you is not in my future, doing food videos. Or at least not eating loads of food videos. Like, every now and again, I'll review a restaurant in a vlog. Or tell you I've had a nice dinner. But that's as far as it'll ever go. Do you have a Lego or Football Manager FPL League? I don't have a Lego one. I've got I'm in a couple of Football Manager ones. I'm in the Football Manager Content Creator one, where I am currently second out of like 30 of us. And I've got one for my subscribers as well, which has got a couple of thousand people in. And I'm not even in the top 100 on that, which is very upsetting. I got a Lego passport today in Paris. I'm looking forward to filling it up. Nice. I had to join on my laptop because on my phone I couldn't access chat as it was hidden behind the home button and the back button. Very odd. Sometimes YouTube gonna YouTube. I had my gallbladder out too after 2 bouts of acute pancreatitis, worst pain ever. One night in Florida, there was a $57,000 bill for a 2-night stay. Wow. I hope you were insured for that. That's insane. Yeah, I had a few emergency admissions to hospital with it, and yeah, it is horrible, horrible pain. The first like gallbladder attack I had, it was the middle of the night, and I woke up. We thought I was having a heart attack because I was just doubled over in pain that felt like it was coming from my chest. It was like under the breastbone, and it was the worst pain I've ever felt. And the ambulance took like 4 hours to come, so I'm glad it wasn't a heart attack because I would have died. But yeah, that happened a few more times. But by then I knew what it was, and I eventually had it whipped out. But when people asked me what the secret to my weight loss was, it was basically getting gallstones, because you learn very quickly with gallstones that there are certain foods that if you eat them, you will have a gallbladder attack. So that was after years of trying to not be a big fat guy, knowing that I'd feel like I was going to die if I ate KFC. Believe it or not, that was the bit that I needed. That's the secret to weight loss. Get yourself some gallstones. They hurt like hell, but they are effective. And like I say, even now, this is a disgusting conversation, by the way. We will move on. But even now, if I eat too much of the wrong thing, I know about it. My body sends me an unpleasant message that we don't need to get into. People who've had their gallbladder removed know exactly what I'm talking about. Finally washed up, now going to start Everyone is Awesome. PS, FPL double game weeks. Could be interesting. Yeah, on the way back from Penabont was one of the times, yeah. That's because I had a KFC, because I'm an idiot. I had a service station KFC in just outside Cardiff. And by the time I got to Worcester, I was in A&E. That's how quickly it came on off the back of the KFC. It was hideous. Has the build been worth it so far? I'm tempted to. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I enjoyed the Mario one as well. I think it's just a fun set, and it's fun to have on display as well. I am a big Mario fan, so I was always going to like it. I think between me and Anna, we've got all of the 18+ Mario sets, and they're all great. It's one of the things that got me back into Lego after my very long dark ages when the kids were still living at home and we couldn't afford it and we had no space for it. Wandering around the Lego store at Disneyland Paris and seeing the NES built in there whenever that came out, that very much sparked the urges. So yeah, Mario has a lot to answer for when it comes to this channel existing. What on earth's in KFC that can be that bad? Just the fact that it's deep fried fat, isn't it? The chicken skin is really fatty anyway, and then they deep fry it, and it's just eating effectively a bucket of deep fried fat sat in grease and chasing it with some chips. And yeah, it's just the human body does not want that much fat in one go. And I love KFC, but even now I don't have it. If on the very rare occasions I've had it, I'll get like the boneless one because it doesn't have the skin on. And I'll get like, it's effectively chicken tenders then, and it's much less damaging. Because it is still delicious. It's the annoying thing. I still want to eat it. It's delicious. But I just know what will happen if I do. Thomas asks, if you could give advice to younger people like himself, what advice would you give? How old are we talking? And advice about what? I think probably the best thing I learned as I was getting older, I mean, and it's nothing to do with Lego or content creation, so if I'm misinterpreting the question, I apologise. But the best thing that has impacted my life and happiness as I've gotten older is realising that it doesn't matter what other people think of you. Do what makes you happy and ignore, within reason, but yeah, ignore people telling you, like Lego as a perfect example. So many people tell me I shouldn't be doing Lego as an adult, and I'm like, I don't care if you think that, I'm enjoying myself. And learning to ignore those voices has probably been the single biggest positive influence on my entire life. I was in the US not long ago, and being I was a vegetarian, they said they couldn't cater as they cook in chicken fat. Wowzers. Do what Japanese do, only have KFC for Christmas. But then I'd be really ill at Christmas, which doesn't sound very appealing. Are you going to finish your Ninjago area without the Old Town set? Yeah, because the Old Town set's not modularised. And I haven't seen a good rebrickable to turn it into a modular. I don't just want a bunch of loose sets lying around, not really properly integrated. It's very much, it's a Ninjago City area, not a Ninjago area. So I'm only really bothered about getting the Ninjago City modular sets in there. If somebody does a really good rebrickable of Old Town, so it fits in with the other Ninjago City sets, then I'll be all for that. But yeah, as it is, it's just a load of stuff that kind of sits on a table, not really connected to itself. And I'm sure it's a super fun play set. It's not really a display set though. You're making me want to put an order in for Luigi. It's a good set. That's how lots of people are getting their gift of purchase today. Several people on TikTok were telling me, yeah, I held off on buying Luigi, specifically waiting for this gift with purchase. I bought Woody and Bo Peep brick heads from Ian's Bricks for £25, rip off or not. I don't know how much it is normally, but it's usually a fairly safe bet that if it's from Ian, it's not a rip off, because I've bought from him a few times and his prices are always good. So I'm fairly confident in saying it's not a rip off, but I don't know how much it normally goes for. I heard Lego are phasing out base plates. Who did you hear that from? There's a few people speculating that they might be heading in that direction. I mean, they retired the tan ones and never replaced them. The blue ones retire in July and there's no schedule to replace the blue ones. And they do seem reluctant to put stuff on base plates unless it's a modular. Like the Italian Riviera was an ideas set that was originally on a base plate, but they released it without base plates. It was all brick built base. They don't let modular buildings in the Bricklink Designer program. So stuff like the Art Factory, the sushi restaurant that would be on base plates have to be on brick built plates instead. I don't know if it's that they're phasing out base plates or that they're just being really protective of the modular range, because they're kind of the only things that go on base plates. Modulars and then their own modular compatible stuff like Ninjago City, like the Marvel modulars, the DC modular Arkham Asylum thing. But yeah, I mean, putting my cynical hat on, it's a good way to increase piece counts without actually making the sets any better, isn't it? If you take out one piece, the base plate, and replace it with 40 smaller pieces of plate to make an equivalent, bumps the piece count up. My local Lego store is limiting Project Hail Mary to 1 per customer when they have it in. Good. There shouldn't be a reason for anyone to need more than 1. When something's that popular, that's exactly what should be being done. Where do you get road plates from? I use the Lego ones. Again, that's another example of them phasing out base plates, isn't it? I mean, that was 5 or 6 years ago now. Got rid of the old base plate style roads and replaced them with those awful road plates that we have now that are rubbish because you can't do corners with them. There's no way to have them go round a corner. It's rubbish. But yeah, I don't know why it is. It does seem like a strange thing to want to move away from. But I'm sure they have their reasons. But I think there would be huge uproar if they released a modular without a base plate, because then it immediately isn't compatible with the rest of the range that's been going 20 years. And I think that would cause all kinds of problems with the adult fan base that they're so keen to foster. So I imagine it's more a case of just drawing a line between the modular stuff and everything that's not modular. I've noticed that with the Ferrari Speed Champions occasionally had 1x1 bricks and putting them side by side made no sense to me. I mean, sometimes the reason for that is because there's already the 1x1s being used somewhere else in the set. So rather than putting a completely different brick in, it's more cost effective to put in more of the brick that's already in there. So there are sometimes sensible reasons for doing it. But yeah, sometimes you do feel a little bit like, hang on, this just feels like we're padding the piece count a little bit here. We're keeping it to 10 cents per piece or 10 pence per piece, but the pieces are so much smaller. I imagine we've all seen the graphs, and I've used the graphs showing how price per piece hasn't really changed in the last 20 years. I wonder if price per kilogram has changed. Is that as easy to track? I bet price per kilogram has shot up as pieces in general have gotten smaller. I should probably do that as a video. I might ask ChatGPT to do the research for me. So I think that's probably quite interesting. Might sound stupid, but I'm new to Lego as I got into it through this channel. What's a modular set? I mean, there's 2 different definitions of it, which again is a silly Lego thing in general. But when I'm talking about modulars, I'm talking about the big 18 plus display sets like Tudor Corner, Shopping Street, the museum, the jazz club, all that kind of thing. The ones that are part of Lego's modular collection, which is designed to basically, they all have the little Technic pins to connect together into a big street. And the idea is, yeah, they are all part of a big collection where the intention is for you to have a whole street of them and to connect them all together, i.e. they are modular. But Lego themselves will use the same terminology, talking about, I don't know, a Lego city set that has multiple different elements in. They'll call that modular as well. And it's like, yes, it is modular in so much as it has modules, but you have a whole range called modulars and it's not this. Why are you confusing us? But they love to. Arsenal winning tomorrow, obviously. Obviously. What's the alternative? Whatever it is, it doesn't sound pleasant. Modular equals deep pockets. I mean, ironically, It's probably the cheapest 18+6 you can get in terms of price per piece and value. They're a couple of £100. If you compare, I mean, I know Shopping Street was 230, but that was the first one on a single base plate that was more than £200. And if you compare that, I mean, like the Creel House was what, 250, and doesn't even have a back on it. I would argue something like Shopping Street, much better value than something like that. It's got bright yellow nipples. I think the Modular series in general is pretty good value. It probably was Thomas the Tank Engine. I often hum the Thomas the Tank Engine song. Massive shout out to Holy for sponsoring the live stream. Hear, hear. Holy have been awesome with us. Genuinely, they are making it possible for me to spend as much time as I do on this channel. When it wasn't really, it's yet another example over the course of my content creation career where I've taken a big risk, probably earlier than the data told me I should have done, but followed my instinct and my gut feeling. I mean, like, you know what, Block Party's going somewhere. Let's really dedicate some time to it, and it's now paying off because it's now the biggest element of our business on any metric, really, apart from subscriber number, but subscriber number doesn't really mean anything anyway. But in terms of views, watch time, revenue, you name it, Block Party is our biggest channel now. Concurrent stream viewers, like I say, pretty much everything apart from the vanity metric of subscriber count, which is nonsense anyway. I don't know why YouTube still show it. It's such a meaningless thing. But yeah, if it hadn't been for the support of Holy, wouldn't have been as straightforward to throw ourselves at it the way we have. So they are great. Love the little Wembley Stadium you made. What was the name of the company? Bricks in a Bag. This is the Wembley Stadium we're talking of. It's very cool, isn't it? Bricks in a Bag. Not a sponsor, not an affiliate link. They just sent me a free set and said, I think you'll like this. And they were right. I did like it. If Lego ever did a hospital modular, do you think it would be a big base plate and a half? Probably. Makes it better that it's a decent product too. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't promote... it's always been my policy. I say always. Since the early days, there were a couple of iffy brand deals I did in the early days of the vlog when we were absolutely skint. Because anyone who doesn't know our history, I basically quit my job as a teacher because I had to. Because Andy was refusing to go to school and Anna needed me at home. And we didn't... I think the first month where I was full-time as a content creator, we earned like 300 quid. So we were not anywhere near... It's another one of those... like backing myself, taking the plunge situations that I was talking about before. But we were, yeah, it was a big risk and it ended up paying off. But one of the things we had to do early on was a couple of potentially a little bit ropey brand deals. But since we've not needed to, certainly for the last 8-9 years, I've never once promoted a product that I don't like and believe in and use. I occasionally get companies contact me asking me to promote a product where I've not even tested it, and it's like, well, no, send me one and I'll decide if it's any good, or give me a code, I'll decide if it's any good. And Holy sent me a load of it to try. I was like, okay, yeah, that's actually really good. And yeah, they've been great. It's a great product. They're a great company. It's an excellent situation. Saw that Odegaard has a knock. I might be unavailable tomorrow. Do you think that the captain should be transferred to Declan as he's much more reliable? I don't think you do that mid-season. I think that's very risky because obviously Odegaard will have friends within the squad, and if he's a bit miffed about it, which he probably would be, it could lead to unnecessary squabbling within the squad. So I think it makes sense not to at the moment. I think it's pretty clear Rice is going to be captain sooner rather than later. He's the obvious choice when the change happens. But I think it is difficult to strip a player of the captaincy and then keep him at the club. So I think it probably is a if and when Odegaard leaves, which might happen sooner than later. I know there's some fans who really don't want him around anymore. I like him. I think Odegaard's great, but I suspect he'll leave at some point. A lot of YouTubers get sponsored by a company I'm not going to mention because we're sponsored by Holy, and I'm not going to talk about other beverages. But that is I've worked with them loads of times as well. Gabriel should be the vice captain. Again, I think taking that off of Saka isn't ideal. I think it's fine to have leaders in the squad that aren't necessarily captain. I think that's okay. I think stripping leadership positions off of players who have been around a long time and are key parts of the dressing room, to me, it feels like it's only going to have negative consequences. You don't want to cause a rift in the squad where you have the players who've been there for years who are going to be big mates with Odegaard and Saka. You don't want to turn those players against you by making a decision like that. Which Holy do you use, as in hydration, energy, iced tea? I drink a lot of the iced tea and the hydration. I don't drink energy drinks at all because I have high blood pressure, so I don't drink energy drinks. Haven't done for many years. Anna's drunk some of their energy drinks and says they're nice, so we can vouch for them, in so much as Anna likes them. But yeah, I like the iced tea and the hydration. I've got the lemon hydration tonight. I had a lemon honey iced tea earlier. They're very pleasant. No, to the F1 Speed Champions they didn't this year. I only replaced one of the new F1 cars, still waiting on the Cadillac. Maybe they didn't get the license for it. I don't know how it works. Am I a coffee drinker? I am a coffee drinker, but again, ever since I had an atrial fibrillation incident a few years ago, I have to limit the amount of coffee I drink. I'm basically allowed 3 caffeinated drinks a day, which is usually 3 cups of coffee. But occasionally it'll be a tea, occasionally it'll be a soft drink, but it's usually 3 cups of coffee. And then these days, Holy the rest of the time. Or like if I have an iced tea, Holy, then that will replace a coffee, for example. Can Holy replace tea and coffee? I keep thinking I should. Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, I replace my coffees with a Holy iced tea sometimes. Most days, to be honest, now. But that's why I'm on a hydration one now, because I've had my 3 caffeinated drinks for the day. And plus, drinking a caffeinated drink at this time of night, probably not the best idea for getting to sleep at some point. Too much footy chat. I've got the Masters on the telly. Come out on YouTube, but watch you on Brave. No ads. I'm lost there. Look, I can own the conversation goes where you lot take it. At the moment, you seem to want to talk about football and holy, which are two topics I can talk about. I am happy to swerve back round to Lego if you lot lead me there, though. Gonna start my new Lego Great Wave art set tonight. The Great Wave is a good set. We've got 2 of those, and I think we're gonna get a third. We've got one in our ensuite and one in the main bathroom, which, to be honest, is just a storeroom. We don't use the main bathroom at all. But I want one for the downstairs toilet as well. I like having a Great Wave to look at while I'm doing my business. If you were a Lego set, which Lego set would you be and why? The upscaled minifigure. Because it looks the most like me. I don't know. Can you ask Holy to make a flask out of Lego and then cover all bases? Yeah, maybe. There's Thomas again. Oh, Kev would be the Ewok. I'd like to be friends with an Ewok. Ewoks are great. Got my Ewok plushie behind me there that I bought at Disneyland Paris. I'll try and get him an American brother when we're there. Hopefully they have a different flavour of Ewok for me to bring home. I do like an Ewok. I never watched Star Wars, but I'm sure I remember an Ewoks cartoon existing when I was a kid, and I used to watch that. I've got multiple pieces left over. Oh, okay, we are going to use them. I'll allow it. There you go. So we've got his little legs. His little legs. Any ideas what the new Lego Marvel Modular will be? I don't think there's going to be one. I think we're getting the helicarrier. I think that's your big superhero set for the year. I don't think we're getting another one. I'd love to be proven wrong, but I suspect that's your big superhero set for the year. There you go. His legs are in. Is Anna a Harry Potter fan? I mean, yeah, we like Harry Potter. She's not like a mega fan. She's seen the films. I've read the books. We've got some of the Lego. You really need to watch Star Wars. I have seen them as an adult. They were fine. I don't see what people make all the... I mean, I do see what people make all the fuss about. They watched it as a kid and it's nostalgia. I think if you watch Star Wars for the first time in your 30s, like I did, it's not very good. It's a very basic story. And obviously the special effects are nothing to write home about. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't really get why people are so into this. But like I say, I do, because they watched it as a kid and were blown away. Heard a rumour of another X-Mansion. There's going to be an X-Mansion in the little, like, Spider-Man size. The ones where we've had Peter Parker's apartment, Miles Morales versus the Spot, Oscorp, the Little Daily Bugle. There's going to be an X-Mansion in that range. It's not going to be another modular. But there is going to be one of those. Because they're really pushing that for Marvel at the moment. That little play scale. Again, the word you want to use there is modular. It's not modular buildings, but they all fit together. The word there should be modular. Lego needs some new words. But yeah, there's going to be an X-Mansion in that series. Have I seen the new One Piece sets? I have. And they were enough to make me finally start watching it. I watched the first episode as I was sorting the pieces for Malfoy Manor. I don't really know what was going on, but I need that Tony guy in my life. So he was, as you can expect from the guy who the only thing he likes about Star Wars is Ewoks. That guy in the little hat was like, yeah, okay, I want to be a part of this now. So I'm now a One Piece fan, apparently. Am I excited for the new Ministry of Magic set? Yeah, I'm excited cautiously. Like, I want to see how it integrates together with the other big Harry Potter sets, which is supposedly what it's going to do. Because I don't really get it. There's talk that it's supposed to connect to Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade. And it's like, well, they're in two completely different places. And the Ministry of Magic is in a third different place. So why are we connecting them together? How are we connecting them together? If you wanted to connect something to those, do a Nocturne Alley to go off the back of Diagon Alley or something. Or a proper, like, big collector's edition Hogsmeade train station or something. It seems like an odd way to try and link everything together. Especially when they're effectively linking together a set that came out last year with a set that came out 6 years ago and is now retired. So an odd time to try and do it. But yeah, I'm interested to see the direction it goes in. Ministry of Magic's in London. Yeah, but it's not on Diagon Alley, is it? You can get to the Ministry of Magic from Diagon Alley, but not Hogsmeade. That's just odd. Okay. Do you think Lego will bring out another building similar to Tudor Corner? I mean, depends what you mean by similar. They're not. They'll keep doing modulars every year. So similar, as in similar kind of build. Yeah. Another building that looks like Tudor Corner? Wouldn't have thought so. They've done that now. They don't often repeat themselves with the modular series. I'm to get all the One Piece sets probably. Nice. I've ordered the Going Merry to go in the city. I wanted a ship of some kind. I talked about potentially getting the Temple Bounty to go near the Ninjago stuff, but decided it was an excuse to buy my first One Piece set. So that's the ship that's going to go next to the Ninjago stuff. There's an entrance in the Leaky Cauldron to the Ministry of Magic. Yeah, but we don't have the Leaky Cauldron, do we? Again, that would have made sense as a set to do. It just feels like an odd plan, but who knows? I personally think Lego might bend the rules and introduce a Leaky Cauldron as part of the Ministry of Magic, which will act as a Diagon Alley link. I agree about the Hogsmeade random link. Yeah. Unless they connect the whole thing together with a Flu network. I mean, that's going to be a bit of a stretch of the imagination. I love Tudor Corner too. I wish Lego would bring out more buildings. Yeah, they we only get one a year out of them in the modular series. Which is odd when they're pushing so hard to get adults into Lego, you would think releasing more in their series that adults have traditionally bought would be a thing for them to do. But again, they have all the data. I'm sure if they thought it was a good idea, they'd do it. I think it's very safe to say that. So the fact they haven't done it would suggest they know better. Because Lego are not a company who have a habit of leaving money on the table. I need a leaky cauldron set, Nocturne Alley and a Riddle Mansion set. I mean, maybe that's the plan. Who knows? Who knows? The other thing I'm a little bit wary about is, are they about to redo everything for the TV show? And if they are, do I want to invest in this version of Hogsmeade, this version of the Ministry of Magic? Obviously, I've already got the Diagon Alley and the Gringotts, but it's a complicated one. I don't need multiple versions of each. I don't need movie Harry Potter sets and TV versions of the same sets. One of each thing is fine. So we'll see. We'll see how things develop. Leaky Cauldron may even be an exclusive gift for purchase if Lego does. I mean, they've done pubs now. So they should be able to do the Leaky Cauldron. Why are we saying mods, please? Is there something that needs moderating? If there is, I can't see it, so it's probably someone I've hidden. It's someone I've previously hidden being a rascal. Has Dave snuggled up with Anna? Yeah, they'll be downstairs doing their thing. Probably both fast asleep. Question. What would you say is the biggest, tallest building in the city? At the moment, the tallest building is Avengers Tower, I think. By the end of the month, it will be Sit Complex if I get everything built in time. This is a big hand, by the way. This man has big hands. His hands are like as big as his body. Absurdly large hands. Hogsmeade is a village next to Hogwarts Castle, isn't it? Why would it have an entrance to Ministry of Magic? Well, that's just what the leak was. We don't know. I mean, it is just a leak, just a rumour at the moment. It might not be true. Like I always say when we talk about rumours, take it with a pinch of salt. But the rumour is that the new Ministry of Magic set will have connection points to connect to Diagon Alley and the Hogsmeade Village Collector's Edition. Now, that could just be someone misinterpreting Lego language, because by connection points, it might just mean the Technic pins that the Modulars all have, which both of those sets do have. So it might not mean like logical story connection points. It might just mean it's going to be a Ministry of Magic modular with Technic pins on it. That might just be Lego's weird internal language for it's a modular. and people have just interpreted that as it's going to have a storyline logic to connect it. Until we get official stuff, we don't know. He's got posable thumbs and enormous hands. I just found out I really enjoy Lego and got my first 2 sets. Hey, and now on to Tudor Corner. Really enjoying your content, Kev. Thank you. Thank you. Why is there multiple people asking for mods? What is going on? Am I missing something? Does the steering wheel control the wheels? It does. There you go. I guess we're doing his other hand now. These giant hands are going to be good for holding the Game Boy. La da 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 da. Let's all have a lovely sing-song while I continue doing arms. Well, hopefully whatever was causing the kerfuffle is gone now. But yeah, it might be useful in future to get a little bit more context, because I don't know what was going on or what was expected, what was needed. But it seems like whatever happened has passed and been dealt with. So yay. Yay for us. Yay for mods. Right, let's continue fingering. That bit won't go in. That was weird. I'm on to the last bag of Pac-Man. Lovely stuff. Pac-Man was such a fun build. That's a set I'd quite like to wipe my memory and build again. That was a lot of fun. More sets like that, please. I'd love it if they did like a massive pinball machine or something. That would be cool. Or if you saw the TikTok I put out today from Barn Dog, there will be a YouTube video out over the weekend. I just haven't edited it yet. But on the TikTok, you will have seen the big Mold King like claw grabber machine. Lego should do something like that because that looked really cool. The Luigi Kart is much bigger than I think any of us imagined. When I first saw it in Billund the other week, I was quite surprised by how enormous it was. It is so much bigger than the Mario one. But Luigi himself, I think, is the same scale as Mario. It's just that he's driving a bigger car. We are getting a Mario arcade machine. That is true. I forgot about that. Yay. Any further updates on Lego Lord of the Rings Minas Tirith? I doubt we'll hear anything more until the official confirmation now. The leak was very early. But yeah, I imagine it's just a case of waiting for official confirmation. it's part of what is looking like being a very expensive few months in Lego. Because I think it's due over the summer, isn't it? I think. So there's that. There's the Sagrada Familia. There's the Helicarrier. There's... I'm sure there were other big sets coming that I can't remember off the top of my head. Plus all of the normal like release waves. Like we've had the Jurassic Park and the One Piece ones announced already. There'll be... there's the Star Wars stuff coming in May. There's Harry Potter stuff coming in September. There'll be a City wave. There'll be a Creator wave. My word. So much Lego. It's awesome. We all have to remember, we don't have to have it all. I have to remember, we don't have to have it all. Picked up the Goonies set today, my first big set. Already thinking about my next set. Think I'm hooked now. That's always the way. That is a set I need to pick up at some point. Not because I've seen the Goonies, because obviously I haven't, but I've now, through the fault of Lego House, accidentally realised just how close me and Anna are to a full set of Lego Ideas sets. There's only like 5 or 6 that we haven't got, and that's one of them. So it makes sense to get it before it retires. I mean, it's not due to retire anytime soon, but most of the other ones we haven't got are retired and are going to cost a few quid. Whereas that one, of course, is still active. So we need to get it while it's available. I'm not in a rush to like complete the Lego Ideas collection this year or anything, but at some point I would like to be able to say, I own every Lego Ideas set, because that would be cool. And I am an idiot collector at heart who can't help himself with stuff like that. There's no logic to it. The sets we don't have are sets we don't have for a reason. We didn't want them. That's not going to stop me now, though. Now there's a collection to complete. It's an illness. Which ones are we missing? Jazz Quartet is the one that I'd need to see the list. Where's my phone? In my pocket. Let's go through the list and we can see just how close we are. So, list of every Lego Ideas set. Here we go. So, from the beginning, all the way back to number 1 from 2011, which was Japan only. Okay, we're not getting the Japan only submarine. That seems absurd. There was then a Japanese asteroid. So, okay, we don't have the Japanese ones. To be fair, neither did Lego House. So starting from number 3, the Minecraft Micro World, I don't have. I do have the DeLorean. I don't have the NASA Mars Science Laboratory. We do have Ecto 1. We don't have the Exosuit or the Research Institute. We do have the Birds. We do have Big Bang Theory. We don't have Doctor Who, so there's actually quite a few we're missing. We do have WALL-E. We don't have the maze, the marble maze. I don't know if I ever remember even seeing a marble maze. We don't have the Caterham Super 7. We do have Yellow Submarine. We don't have Adventure Time. Oh, there's loads we don't have. We don't have NASA Apollo Saturn 5. We don't have the Old Fishing Store. We don't have Women of NASA. Oh, there's loads. I don't need to get Jazz Quartet anytime soon. But then we do have Ship in a Bottle. We don't have Tron Legacy or Voltron or the Pop-Up Book. We do have Flintstones, Steamboat Willie, Treehouse. You can see where we got involved. Central Perk, Dinosaur Fossils, Pirates of Barracuda Bay, Grand Piano, Sesame Street, Medieval Blacksmith, Winnie the Pooh. All of them we've got. Typewriter we don't have, but then we do have Seinfeld. We don't have the Fender Stratocaster, but we do have Home Alone, Sonic the Hedgehog, The Globe. The Starry Night. We don't have Jazz Quartet, but we do have Motorised Lighthouse, The Office, Table Football, A-Frame Cabin, BTS Dynamite, Tales of the Space Age, Hocus Pocus House, Insect Collection, Viking Village, Orient Express, Polaroid, Family Tree, Phone Box, Dungeons and Dragons, Tuxedo Cat, Jaws, Nightmare Before Christmas, Magic of Disney, Botanical Gardens, Cullen House, Evolution of STEM, River Steamboat, Pixar, Luxo Junior, Minifigure Vending Machine, Italian Riviera, Willy Wonka, Gizmo, Mineral Collection. We have all of them, but then we don't have the Goonies or the Sea Otter. We do have the Orange Cat as well. Is that counting as a Lego Ideas set? Interesting. And then, of course, there's the Adventures of Tintin that we don't have yet either, but we'll get. And I've pre-ordered Snoopy. So there's probably about 10 that I don't have. So actually, we're quite far away from doing it still. But we have enough for me to at some point be like, yeah, this is the year. This is the year we get every Lego Ideas set, apart from those Japanese ones I've never heard of or seen anywhere. I don't think they're necessary. Thoughts on the Jaws set? I mean, Anna loves sharks, so she loved it. Anna built that one. She built it on the stream. There was a bit that was very difficult, if I recall. Looking at the LEGO website today to get the gift of purchase, the Tintin rocket is on back order until mid-June. Wow. But it becomes not exclusive on June the 1st. Do you think I should get it on back order? It depends if you're trying to get the gift of purchase, I guess. If you're not bothered about the gift of purchase, there's really no reason to get it on back order. Because like you say, you can get it somewhere else sooner. But if you want that gift for purchase and that's the set you want, go for it. Am I going to start another set tonight? Probably not. I mean, I've still got 3 bags of this one to do. So this is probably going to keep us amused for the rest of the evening. Seen rumours of new upscaled minifigures. The only one I can remember is Mrs. Claus. The rumour is Mrs. Claus and a Pokemon trainer. Both of which sound cool. Both of which are going to ruin my display because my shelf is full. I'm going to have to get a second upscaled minifigure shelf. And then find Santa's arm. Which is round the back of my computer. Yeah, I suspect a few of those sets that I listed are going to be quite expensive. I rarely see Doctor Who. I rarely see Adventure Time. And if I'm rarely seeing them, that implies they're probably quite expensive. So I'm going to have to really want to complete the Lego Ideas collection to do it. And while there's still several currently available ones I haven't even got yet, like the Goonies and Tintin, I guess we're not in a huge rush. Bottom line, I don't need to be buying Jazz Quartet anytime soon. Saw a reel earlier, Bricks by Shane, never heard of him, building a Lego 100-piece retired Lord of the Rings set from 2014 that he paid over £100 for. That boy's a maniac. Oh. Do you think after the Lego House upscale minifigure Pirate retires, they'll come out with a different style classic minifigure? Maybe Wild West or Castle. I'd be very surprised if we never saw a Castle one. I think Castle is quite likely. I'm a bit surprised they're doing Mrs. Claus and a Pokemon one before Castle. I thought doing a Castle one next was a no-brainer. Because people love castles. What sets on the bottom shelf to the left of the Luigi cart? Bottom shelf to... Oh, loads. That's our storage shelf. There's probably 100 sets down there of various shapes and sizes. Yeah, lots and lots of sets. Mostly for rebrickables. It's a combination of stuff that will eventually be going into rebrickables or gifts for purchase. There's a lot of gifts for purchase that are unbuilt down there. Recently completed the Jaws one. Any big set recommendations? What sort of thing are you into? I mean, there's lots of very cool big sets. I want that upscaled pirate. How much does it go for? It shows. It's usually about double what you pay for it at Lego House, I think. So probably around the 150 mark. What's your favourite one-piece set apart from Chopper? Well, I've ordered the Going Merry, so I guess that. I've not built any of them though. I like the look of the Barity as well. I like the look of the new Marines ship. I like a boat apparently. I never thought I was a boat guy, but apparently I'm a boat guy. Who knew? What have I become, eh? Old boaty Kev. Get his little opposable thumb gripping the steering wheel. Lovely stuff. Now we've got to do his noggin. Have you seen any rumours on the next modular building for 2027? Nah, we tend not to get them this early. There's always lots of made up nonsense, but it's never accurate at this time of year. The first set is over £500 on Bricklink, as there were only 10,000. I do have a copy of it over in Japan when it was out. Wow. Eeks, eeks. The Marine ship's one of the best. I'll probably get it at some point. Unless I really, really love the show, I doubt I'll rush to get it when it first comes out. Like, I've literally just ordered the Going Merry today, and that came out 8-9 months ago. So I probably should have waited for a deal, but in the end, it was like Anna wanted a gift with purchase. I was looking through my wish list, and it's like, oh, there's really not a lot on here that hits the right price point. I guess I'll get the boat. I want a boat. And then I just topped it up with some Lego City sets. Well done to Bricks by Shane completing his first Lego live stream last night. He mentioned Block Party was his inspirational Lego YouTuber a couple of times, as he should. I don't have to send the boys around to sort him out. Where did he stream? TikTok or here on YouTube? If he's on YouTube, I need to send him a cease and desist. Apart from the obvious, what modular would you like to see out there? Skegness Pier. Just something really British and seasidey. Not obviously necessarily Skegness Pier, but a proper British seaside arcade. Not with loads of video games in, but with coin pushers and a bingo calling. I mean, it's stuff that obviously they wouldn't do. But British seaside stuff, please. He did it on YouTube, did he? We'll see about that. We'll see about that. I did tell him he needs to do more YouTube. Because in my experience, you can't make a living off of TikTok and Instagram. You can probably get close if you schmooze the right brands and get decent brand deals. But the ad revenue is so unpredictable on those platforms and so much lower than YouTube that hopefully he'll start doing some long form YouTube content. He does good stuff. So hopefully it's a step towards properly going in on YouTube and doing some long form videos as well. He had a few technical issues. I mean, as you would expect, I've been streaming for over 10 years and we still have technical issues sometimes. So if it's his first ever stream, I'm not surprised. Let me guess, you're building the Luigi head. I mean, that is a good guess. What gave it away? What made you think I was doing Luigi's head? There might be a little clue nearby. The thing is, Anna was building the orange cat this afternoon, and she now has a cat's body with no head on. So part of me wants to go and plonk Luigi's head on that cat and grab the bags and put the orange cat's head on top of Luigi. Is there going to be a Lego Streamer Showdown for you to win? I'm not sure how you win at Lego. How would you decide who the winner is? Whoever has the most fun. How does YouTube ad revenue work if I pay premium? Yeah, it's complicated. Theoretically, a portion of your premium goes towards... Basically, your premium subscription, YouTube will... Again, this is all very theoretical. I don't know if this is actually true. I went to the meeting at Google when they first launched it. I was involved in the conversations, at least. I wasn't involved in the planning, but the question was raised there. And the way it was explained to us back then, and I've never heard it explained differently since, is they will look at your watch time over the course of each subscription period, so each month. We've got some eyes. And your YouTube Premium, or the portion of YouTube Premium that's dedicated to go to creators, obviously YouTube keep a bit, but the bit that's going towards creators should be shared proportionately according to the watch time you give each creator. So if you only ever watched us, we'd get all of your subscription, like creator element. Like I say, this was 5 or 6 years ago. It could be different now. It's something that's impossible to track, but that's how it was explained to us at the time. The Lego Streamer Showdown winner is whoever puts the most eyes on their Easter bunny. Yes. That means you get 95% of my premium payment. Lovely stuff. Let's get that up to 100. Are you going to get the Toy Story Slinky bookend set? Anna has called dibs on that, so Anna will have that. I'm getting the rest of that wave, or the adult ones anyway. I'm getting what's his face, Lotso, and the Alien. I'm going to get both of them while we're in Florida, I think, and build them while we're there. And probably do a video building bits of that, and then we'll get the Slinky when we get home for Anna, and she'll probably build that on stream. But yeah, she claimed that. She called dibs first. West Ham leading, so Spurs in the bottom 3 as it stands. What a time to be alive. Oh my word. So Spursy. Doobie-doobie-doo. So you're not a Lego purist, as you have other make sets. Would you have a non-Lego building in the city? No, because it is a Lego city. Anna's got a little Loomy Brick street that she has on display in the living room, and we've got some alternate brick stuff scattered around the house. Like I've got the Fantasy jukebox somewhere. I think it might be in my office. I've got a Garfield somewhere, which I think is Fantasy as well. I've done some Carder, but none of it will go in the city. The city is a Lego city. Because quite apart from anything else, we would still quite like to become Lego ambassadors at some point. And I just don't want to have to dig up the whole city and take out a load of stuff because Lego asked me to. Which I don't even know if they would, but I suspect they wouldn't be that keen on me making regular content from a city that's full of non-Lego and then calling myself a Lego ambassador. So yeah, it's a Lego city. It will only ever be Lego in the city. But we have other stuff around the house. We've just done a sponsorship with Lumibricks that we're just waiting for them to sign off. So there'll be another Lumibricks short coming out in the next week or two. So Anna's been busy. What a seasons could be for Arsenal, potentially champions and Spurs getting relegated in the same season. I mean, it is the kind of thing dreams are made of. Imagine a world where Arsenal win the Premier League and the Champions League, England win the World Cup, and Spurs get relegated. Honestly, I'd be in favour of just stopping football after that. It'd be like, yeah, okay, football's peaked. There's literally no point in doing it anymore. Congratulations, everybody. You're now free on Saturdays. Enjoy your newfound free time. Football is done. It's finished. And I wouldn't have any complaints, I don't think. Fair enough, you're not allowed to show off other makes stuff as ambassador. I don't think that's true, because I know Brixie has done some videos looking at alternate brick brands. So I think you can, I just don't think you can like do it loads. Like the odd video here and there is fine, but I don't think they'd want you to feature it every day as part of a Lego city that's in the background of all of your videos. You get to pick one though, Kev. Arsenal win the league or Spurs relegated? Obviously Arsenal win the league. Obviously. Don't even have to think about it. Because as funny as it would be at the time, Spurs getting relegated would be quite sad. North London Derby is the best rivalry in football. It's like the highlight of the season. For even people who have no affiliation with either club enjoy the North London Derby. So it would be a shame. It would be hilarious at the time, and then it would be quite sad during the following season. So what I would quite like, I mean, the real ideal, and we will stop talking about football in a minute for those of you it bores, the real ideal would be for Spurs to get relegated by finishing 18th, but then a week after the end of the season, so we get a week laughing at them, but a week after the end of the season, Man City get their points deduction. And they get like 60 points taken off of them, and they get relegated and Spurs get to stay up. So we get the perfect double whammy of City finally getting punished, Spurs getting relegated, and we all get a week laughing at them. But then they are still in the Premier League next year. Fine. In the most Spursy way possible, you get to hang around. And that would be exquisite. I won't be at the Reading Brick Show, no. It's a couple of days before we go away. And yeah, I shouldn't. I might. I probably shouldn't though. I've been the last couple of years. I do like the Reading Brick Show, but I'm going to the Black Country Brick Show next week, and they're similar events. They're very Mach focused, and I don't know that I need to go to two so close together from a content point of view, because as much as I enjoy those kind of events, they don't really get views. It's the ones that are full of shopping that people like watching. So I didn't realise Luigi had a mullet, but we are mulleting him up. So yeah, I think one in 1 2 week period is plenty for Mach focused events. So I'll do the Black Country one this year after a couple of years of going to Reading. Because the reason I like the Reading Brick Show is because I can go to Legoland on the way home and go and have a mooch around in the store there. Have you been able to watch Arsenal live? And if so, what's your best memory? I've been to see a few matches over the years. I've been this season. I saw the draw with Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. I've not been to the Emirates in a few years. But I probably went to a dozen or so games at Highbury over the years as well. I don't have the thing is, they were never big games. I don't have any like specific moments that stand out, because as someone who doesn't go regularly at a club with a waiting list of a gazillion years, you can't get tickets to the big important matches that would give you those memories. So yeah, I don't really have in-person moments that stick out. I hope if Lego makes a new Pizza Planet truck, it's the size of the Luigi build. I don't think they're going to, as standard, make display vehicles this size. I wouldn't have thought. This does seem very large. He's got no nose. I suspect he's getting one at some point. I suspect it's this. The nose piece. We've got to put his moustache on first. There we go. He has a moustache. And now a schnauzer. Oh, that's not right. Let's get that on properly. Is that right? There you go. He looks a bit like Luigi now. Have you ever built your own Mach Lego building to add to the city? One. We've got Block Party HQ in the city. It's not very good. I'm not really creative in that way, and I don't really enjoy the process. The thing I enjoy most about Lego is switching off my brain and following the instructions. Because I work in a creative job, I don't particularly want to be mega creative with my hobbies. Like, as a kid, I used to like drawing. As an adult, I prefer colouring. Because again, I'm not thinking, I'm not creating. I'm doing creative stuff all day. So when I'm relaxing, I just want to switch the brain off. Which is what Lego is very good for. So yeah, don't expect me to do loads of mocks. Because A, not very good at them. B, don't really enjoy it. It's not to say I won't ever do it as time goes on. And certainly if we got to the point where we had like a dedicated studio that I'm in 5 days a week, always surrounded by the city and the parts collection, because that's the other thing. In order for me to do a mock, I have to go and sit in the storage unit, because that's where all the parts are. So that kind of makes it something I don't particularly want to do as well. I like the process of trying to work a mock out, but don't have the master builder type skills to make it look good. Yeah. You think we're getting a Mario Kart set each year? I don't think so. I think it would be a bit of a shame if it narrowed down to that point, because we've had like an 18+ Mario set every year for like 5 or 6 years now. It's been a while. But we've had that nice variety. We had the NES, we've had the question mark cube, we had the mighty Bowser. I don't want it to just become different character in different kart every year. I'm not against us getting a Donkey Kong or a Peach, but I don't know that they necessarily need to be in a car. But I guess if they sell well, again, it always comes down to, if they sell well, then Lego aren't going to leave money on the table. The Mighty Bowser was very heavily reduced at various points before it retired. So maybe it didn't sell very well. Although we've had that anecdotal evidence that the Mario Kart one last year didn't sell very well in Costco. So who knows? Who knows? Do, 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 do. Currently working on a Mach, which includes an 18-shop Diagon Alley, King's Cross, Hogsmeade and others. My head is spinning and Brickel's eating my money. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I guess the Lego City is my big grand Mach. Yes, it's lots of sets, but there's also... I'm combining lots of sets, and I am modifying the sets, so that's the closest I get to creating with Lego. Yeah, we have still got another bag to go after this one. I guess this bag is going to be, I guess we're making his hat. I can't even imagine what the last bag's going to be. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. If I can ever find the piece I'm looking for, which doesn't seem to be here. Ah, there it is. There it is. I've been saving the Game Boy set for a gift for purchase I really want. It hasn't happened yet. The Game Boy is a cool set. As a creative person, I'd love to try and build my own sets, but I have nowhere to do it and nowhere to display it. I mean, that is the story of Lego. Goodness me, does it take up a lot of space and a lot of money. It's certainly not something we could have been actively involved in when the kids were still at home, because A, kids are expensive, and B, they take up a lot of space in the house. I have no idea how you see a lot of these. I mean, we were talking, look at some of the other, or most of the other Lego content creators, certainly in the UK, they've all got kids, and it's like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you fit it in your house. I don't know how you can afford it. It is bananas. Because I certainly couldn't. Has Anna finished her Lego set, the bridge with the lilies? Yeah, it's on display on our landing now. What's your opinion on the price of football shirts these days? It's insane, isn't it? And it's just greed from the Premier League clubs as well, because my Peterborough shirt this year was its usual 40 quid that it's been for years. My Arsenal shirt was 90 quid, I think. And if I want an England shirt, they're over 100, aren't they? And I've got quite a nice collection of football shirts. I've got over 100 football shirts. And I was actively collecting them for a while. And I haven't been for a few years now, because it's just stupid. Like, I still get the Arsenal shirts and the Posh shirts every year, but I used to buy a shirt from every club I managed on Football Manager, and I just don't do it anymore because it's just so expensive. I mean, I got a couple this year. I got a Wigan goalkeeper shirt, so I could have a Mr. Tickle shirt behind me, and I got a Bedford shirt, Well, to be fair, they gave me that. So I didn't pay for that one. But I didn't buy any other shirts during non-league to legend this year. Normally I'd get one for every club. But I didn't get a Blackburn shirt. They might be the first non-league to legend club that I've not got a shirt for. Ever? Maybe I have to buy a Blackburn shirt. But yeah, I don't know how England can justify the price of the England shirts. Because Premier League shirts are expensive enough. Why are England shirts even more expensive? There's just no reason for it. I usually buy shirts at the end of the season when they slash the prices. Yeah. Which is a little bit of a shame having to do that, but I certainly see myself heading in a similar direction. Like, if England were to win the World Cup this summer, I, like many others, would probably sort myself out with a shirt, and they'd probably have to do regular stocks of them for many years to come, as we all try and get our World Cup winning shirt. But I think that's the only circumstances where I get one. Oh. I don't have the space or money to create a city. The only thing I could do is get a shelving system. Any suggestions? Just work with the space that you've got. I mean, I did the city on these shelves for a while. It's why we've got these big shelves. We chose these shelves because they're 2 base plates deep. So we could have a row of modulars with a road and train track in front of them. I liked it. The viewers hated it, so we had to move out to a proper city. But if it was just me doing it for me, I would have been quite happy doing my little shelf city. It didn't look good on YouTube videos. But I had lots of fun with it. And I worked on it more than I work on the one now because it was here. And that is definitely an element not to be ignored with the whole thing. Having it at home so you can just potter on it for 20 minutes here and there. Massive advantage compared to having to go somewhere else to do it. That's why the next time we move the city, it'll be to somewhere where we're working out of every day. We'll move the whole channel out of the house as part of the long-term downsize the house plan. There's the rest of his mullet there. And I'll go there every day for work. And that'll give me the opportunity to potter on the city when I'm not actively working on a video. I am building a hat for Luigi, that's right. It's not only the price of his initial shirt, but the cost to have a name on the back has increased. All included, an Arsenal shirt with a name on the back is over £100, which also includes 10% off. Yeah, that is mad. We'll miss Dave on the streams when the channel moves from office. Dave will be there. He'll be in the office. If me and Anna are off at an office all day, we'll take Dave with us. He can come and hang out with us at work. One of the benefits of being self-employed. Right. Where do you go? Where do you go? Oh, Office Dave. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Office Dave. If you have young kids, shirts get even more expensive. Yeah, I can imagine. That's not ideal. Where did that come from? Ah, side of his head. There's a lot of loose pieces in there. Yeah, nothing about what's just happened there was ideal. So where did this piece come from? That was in there, I think. And that goes on there. Did you fall off, or were you on the table all along? Right, let's try that again. Okay. We are in. We are good. Watching WrestleMania next week. I haven't watched WrestleMania for years. I'll be aware of what's going on via the internet, but I can't sit and watch a whole WWE show anymore. They're rubbish. I don't even watch the AEW pay-per-views very much anymore. There's just so much filler. And I just don't have time for it. But I'm sure I'll see all the key moments on TikTok. The way all content is consumed these days. The face, that face seems it all. Not sure what that means. Lego WWE would be amazing. I feel like it's something Lego wouldn't want to do, but it would be cool. I've got quite a large wrestling figure collection, so I would love a Lego wrestling ring and some Lego wrestling minifigures. That would be cool. He's got big ears. And there's his little mullet. That's absurd. That is ridiculous. Right, last bag. Here we go. 22. Another L. Got so many bags on the floor now. Someone needs to come in here and tidy up. What a mess. Will I be watching the East Anglian Derby tomorrow? I won't be, no. I don't watch football matches unless it's Posh or Arsenal, really. Oh, some lovely clicks. We love a lovely click. Office Dave can clean it up. I wouldn't be able to have made this much mess if Dave was in it. He would be eating all of this paper. He would be loving it. The little monster. Yeah, his hat was divided into 2 bags. I mean, the boy's got a lot of hat. So, I guess that's fine. It is crazy how little Lego you get in bags these days. It's one of the reasons why I build so quickly. because he says not able to find the piece he's looking for. There it is. When you're used to building sets with like no numbered bags or minimal numbered bags, and half the build time is spent looking for pieces, doing sets where you get like 60 pieces in a bag and it's all just right there in front of you, it massively reduces the build time because you've not got any of that searching for pieces time. Am I doing this bit right? I'm not. That's why it's not going on. I was trying to put it on the wrong bit. Oh, his nose is fallen off. Oh, Luigi, what have you done to me? Oh, no nose over here. How many bags did Mario have? I don't remember. I did stream that build as well, so if anyone really wants to know, they could go and look at that stream from this time last year. How many Lego bricks do you think you own? I can get close with the Lego app. Because this will obviously this is only sets that I've scanned, so it won't take any older sets or sets that I've got duplicates of, and I have quite a lot of duplicates that I've used for rebrickables and stuff, and it also won't count any like bulk orders, loose Lego, pick a brick. So just based on the sets that I've scanned into the Lego Builder app, 375,000 pieces. So I would say, based on at least 10, if not more, of the modulars weren't scannable. I've got loads of other older sets that weren't scannable. I've got loads that I've got duplicates of. There's loads of stuff Anna's built that we haven't even scanned. It's got to be over 500,000 bricks. I wouldn't be surprised if it was significantly over 500,000 bricks, but definitely over 500,000 bricks, which is probably quite a lot of Lego to have. What's been the more enjoyable build, Mario Kart or Luigi's Kart? I mean, they've both been really fun to build. I think the build techniques on Luigi have been fascinating and probably better. So probably a slightly better build experience from Luigi. But I think the finished product of Mario is better because I think it's the more iconic, recognisable kart. Like, I don't necessarily recognise this kart. It's not an obvious thing. Whereas the one that Mario was in, it's like, yeah, that's the kart that Mario drives. I don't play a huge amount of Mario Kart, but I felt like that one was really, really obviously recognisable, whereas this one a little bit less so. I think if you were to give somebody a pen and paper and get them to draw Luigi driving his kart, I don't think they'd get very close to this. Whereas if you asked them to draw Mario in his kart, they'd draw something that looked a lot like the set we got. So I think that was probably the more iconic build, whereas this one I think probably had the better build techniques. So, I mean, they've both been great. They're both really good sets. Well worth it. Yeah, pad boxes, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. It'll be at least 500,000 bricks, if not more. How many bricks in the city display? I mean, I don't even know what the breakdown is. I imagine there's, if I had to guess, I'd say there's probably 150, 200,000 in our house, and 250, 300,000 in the city, and the storage that we've got at the city, because that's where we've got all the stored stuff as well, and all the parts, all the sets that have just been chucked in a box, never to be seen again, all the loose bricks. So yeah, there'll be more there than here, but there's still a lot knocking around in here. What are you and Anna's next build's going to be? What, on stream? Anna started something the other day, didn't she? She started the Lovebirds, so she'll carry on with that on Monday, assuming she's back, which she should be. I don't know what I'm going to do on Monday. I might do one of the Lego house sets. Like this one, maybe. We might do that. It's just sat there. I've not put it away yet. Yeah, we probably won't do the Duck Army. We might do the Duck Army. We'll see. Mario is 17 bags. There you go. I could do the wooden duck set that I got last year that I still haven't built. Ba -ba 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 -ba. Ba -ba -ba -ba. Duck Army. I don't know that I'm going to do the Duck Army yet. I need more ducks. I need to score some more of those gifts of purchase from somewhere. Because at the moment, my Duck Army is not even going to be double figures. It's just not enough ducks. I want an absurd amount of ducks in the Duck Army. Not just, I don't want someone to look at it and think, that's quite a lot of ducks. I want someone to look at it and be like, that is more ducks than any one person could need in a lifetime. That's a ridiculous quantity of ducks. That's the kind of impact I'm looking for from the Duck Army. And I don't think we're there yet. Right, what am I doing wrong here? I see what I've done wrong. That was supposed to be back there. There we go, Kevin. You handsome little rascal. Will the Duck Army float? Then that goes there. Can you do a big Lego brick order to do lots of ducks? Potentially, yeah. But maybe that's what I should have done to get the gift for purchase rather than buying the one-piece set. The reason I didn't is because I didn't want a pick-a-brick order turning up while we were on holiday. That happened a few years ago when we were in Rome. I ordered some pick-a-brick. It didn't come for weeks, and it got delivered like the day after we left to go to Rome, and we were in Rome for like 5 days. And I got the message through from the delivery company with just a photo of it being left on our front doorstep. And yeah, that obviously generated quite a lot of panic, because not only was it, that's quite a lot of money we've spent on that pick-a-brick that's going to get stolen, but also, oh my word, what an advert for us not being at home that is. Anyone walking past will notice that's been there several days. They're obviously away. So the only person we know locally is Matt. So I rang Matt from Italy, panicking, and he sent his mum round. And Matt's mum came round and took our parcel and took it round to Matt's house so that we could collect it from him when we got home, which was a heroic effort. I got her a bunch of flowers when we got home to say thank you. But yeah, ever since then, I've been wary of ordering pick-a-brick within like a month of being away, because I don't want a repeat of that, because flowers are expensive. Right, there's his head. What's that? Oh my word, it's a bit wibbly wobbly. His mullet is wibbly wobbly. Oh, that's a good click. Oh, I tell you what, it's a nice set. Look at that. It is huge. Didn't that happen when you were on the recent cruise? I don't think so. That is a great set. Boys and girls, highly recommended. Get yourself a Luigi in your life. And now, we just need to add the finishing touch. Oi! Get out of there, you. You're going to go and play on the Game Boy. Oh, bless him. Bob can't reach the steering wheel. There we go. Fixed. And he is sat perfectly to need to fashion something to go behind it. He can get his hands in position, but he can't support the weight of it. Oh, there we go. How cool is that? Luigi's playing on the Game Boy. That's awesome. Look at it properly. There you go. Don't know where you were looking before. That's phenomenal. I've already got Mario holding the NES controller in the other room, and a different minion, Kevin the Minion, driving the Mario Kart. Now all we need to, I mean, the last step, ultimately, I'm obviously redoing the Mario display, aren't I, off the back of all this. So I guess the next build is going to be the grand piano, because Bowser's just had his Game Boy taken off of him. So Bowser needs his piano now. And then we'll redo the Mario display. That is so cool, though. Right, boys and girls, we will wrap things up there. And I'll see you for the next stream on Monday, hopefully with Anna. As usual, there'll be videos over the weekend. And yeah, toodle pip. Bye-bye.